perform my last stretch and fold on both of my loaves that I made this morning. I've already mixed them and I have stretched and folded them a couple times. And they look like this. And my last stretch and fold that I like to do is coil folds. I can hardly ever say it. But coil folds, I feel like make it a nice little round ball. So when it sits and it does its magic of bulk fermentation, it really just makes it smooth. So I just like this. So when you coil fold, you can lift the bowl up like this, and then I just let it, I just put it like this and fold it down. I might not do it the same way as everybody else does, but that's the beauty of sourdough or cooking in your kitchen. You can do it your own way. So lift it up, turn the bowl, and then lift it up again. And eventually all these sides are gonna start to lift up very gently, because already in my dough, I can see it. It's already starting to form these little beautiful bubbles. So one more time, lift up. And you see how it's getting a little bit harder for me to lift up. It's gaining some strength. It's making a very smooth dough. And there's little tiny bubbles all on the top here. I don't want to disrupt those. And it's not really sticking to my hand, so it's really becoming nice and strong. This will be the last one, so this is the fourth. And you see how it really started to get lots of strength. It's barely falling down. And so now what I normally do is just tuck it all in, just like that. I tuck it in, and I really like it to be smooth. And this is my way of knowing when it bulk rises to 50% more, because I can see when it fills this bowl. This bowl is really great. This is a Pyrex bowl, and I use this almost every time I make my bread, because see, you can see right through it. And it's very easy to tell when it doubles in size and when it's ready to shape. This is my first pumpkin loaf with this recipe. So you're gonna try it out with me, and I will put the recipe in this video as well. I have stretched and folded this one, but it's really loose because I think it's the pumpkin. It has a lot of hydration in it, so it's pretty loose. So I'm gonna stretch and fold it before I coil fold it a couple times. As you can tell, it's a lot looser than this other plain loaf. I mean, it's a lot better than it was in the beginning, but it is definitely looser. It doesn't have as much strength yet, and I don't know if it'll ever gain as much strength as the regular loaf, honestly, because of all the ingredients in it. So I'm gonna get my hands wet, and we're gonna do coil folds now that I have done a few stretch and folds, and it's getting a little stronger. It is gathering some bubbles, so that's good. So now I'm gonna lift it up for my coil fold, and you see how it's kind of falling? And then now I'm gonna put it down, and I'm gonna turn my bowl, lift it again, be gentle, and coil fold again. There's one big bubble right there. Really beautiful. All right, and then the next time I'm gonna coil fold it maybe, we'll see. Maybe one more time. I'm just trying to gather some strength, so when it sits and it does its bulk ferment, it's going to be ready to shape. So this one will be probably a little stickier. It reminds me a little bit of my double chocolate, how it's a little stickier because it has more ingredients, but boy, does it make a super great loaf of bread. My double chocolate is amazing. It's probably my very favorite bread so far right now. It is really beautiful. I'm gonna show you actually a loaf of my chocolate bread that I just made today. So if you're anything like me, you love bread, but I actually really love, I'm not sure why I'm yelling, sorry. Anyhow, if you're anything like me, you love bread, but I actually really like flavored bread. Say that twice. I like regular bread on my sandwiches, but I love the flavor of sourdough with any flavor. Like this is the double chocolate. Look how beautiful that is. This is a small loaf. I wanted to make a little one, and I have a couple little ones that I made. But we're gonna cut it, and I'm gonna show you. It's just so crazy. It's beautiful. It has chocolate chips in it, and it's double chocolate dough, and the chocolate chips in it just make it ooey gooey and wonderful. Look at that. It has the crispiness on the top. It's soft in the middle, and it's got all these chocolate chips. And when it's right out of the oven, well, you have to give it like an hour or two to cool down. But if you take a slice of this right out of the oven and put some butter on it, it's like heaven. Delicious. So anyhow, I do have another video on this exact recipe, how I make it, bake it. I'm gonna post it, so look for that, and it'll walk you through the steps of this and show you towards the end how you can get this beautiful chocolate loaf as well.